Well, guys, round three. Welcome back to Pirate Solutions Forestry. My name's Bill, and this is a weird saw. This is a Stihl MS241C computer-controlled carb from Josko Katapovich. I've never seen one before. I'm wondering if it is a foreign-made Stihl. It does have all the advertisements are in, it looks like it's Italian. It looks like it was manufactured in 2014. You can tell by the top cover and stuff, you know, it's a newer style saw. It's got the newer style starting thing on it. And we were having a problem with the carb. I found a carb in Hungary, same exact Walbro as the one that came off it, and we're going to replace it. And we're going to do a little opening here. I'll get you a better view in a second when we start putting it back together. Hopefully this is going to fix the problem. Thank you to David Major from Budapest for sending this to me. It looks to be the identical one. Now I did find a different type of carb. It was a Zama carb that said it was for this saw. Looks like it's all completely intact. Looks identical. So we're going to try this one out. See if this fixes the problem. I have a feeling from something I just found that this is going to fix the problem. And I'm not going to go into what I found. But I'm going to get you guys another view. Let's put this thing back together. Hopefully I remember how, and we will see if it works. Now you're not going to be able to see my face, which is fine. You're going to want to see what's going on with the build here. This carb has got to hook back up to the choke, and I've got to get the fuel line on it. We got to do that before it pushes all the way back. I know that. Now, just so that I don't forget to do this, I'm going to wait. I'll wait on hooking that up. You do not want to pinch these two wires behind the carb on this style steel. I got to grab a pair of needle nose. My saw box with me here. I am not sure. Yeah, that goes in, just snaps in the choke, so that'll work. We got to get the fuel line hooked up before we push it all the way back in there. I do know that. I mean, I at least know that without putting a hole in it. Probably just better with fingers. The fuel line stuffed up on here without putting a hole in it. Okay, fuel line's on. Make sure that these two wires here are out and not behind this carb when it goes in, or you'll pinch them. Now we got to make sure, yep, that works. We got to get them stuffed back there, but we do not want them to get stuck in behind this, because it is a problem with these style saws. If I look like I'm fumbling around a little bit, I am. And it wants to push right in behind, inside that carb hole. I don't want that to happen. I want to get it so that it pushes behind the intake boot. So it does not go in that hole. Boy, this one wants to push right in that hole too. What a pain in the ass. There we go. Okay, good. I got it behind the intake boot now. Overall, these are fairly simple. There are two rubber holders that trap all this stuff. Basically, all you have to do is push it in and get these inside those rubber holders. Get this one pushed all the way over. Now those rubber anti-vibes kind of hold this all in place. Want to make good and sure that you do not have one of those electrical wires crimped in behind the carb. Okay, I look good right now. Where does that other wire come from? It comes right from there. Okay, it's not in behind the carb. That's good. Carb is pushed all the way in. We got to get a little intake horn on here. And then we need two 8mm. We need a 8mm. Hopefully you have one like this that's been honed down. And it's been honed down just for this reason. Get these started. I want to get the one started on this side so that I make sure that those wires do not go behind this thing. All right, we're just about ready to start this thing up. So we're going to put our electrical connector back together right way. And we got to hook up our choke and kill switch here, which goes in like that. There we go. Now we're going to check for actuation. Choke. Yep, that works. Throttle works. Choke works. Throttle works. I think we're ready to try to fire this thing up. So I'll get you a different view and let's see if it fires. All right, we fueled up the saw. This one's just choke. There's no primer bulb or anything like that. We know that the carb's going to be empty. We know it might take a second for fuel to get up there, but let's try it. Oh, that's a good sign. That's not. It's already doing more than it did. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little seafoam in this. See if I can get some seafoam running through this carb. It's really close. You guys heard it running. The problem's fixed. It could be some gumminess inside this carb. There's really no way to adjust the low side for just idle speed. So well, let's put some seafoam in it, and we'll see if we can get it running again and get some seafoam running through it. All right, so I put some seafoam in it, and I put the air filter back on it, not knowing if that messes with this thing at all. So we're going to find out. Oh, it's really close. I'm going to take off my mics so you can hear it better. All right, I'm just going to hog through this thing. It's pretty dull. I'm going to use a 7/32 file. This chainsaw calls for a smaller one, but it's never a good idea. If you can fit a 7/32 in here, file it with that. Files the cutting edge so much better. Creates a very durable C. All right, get you guys a different angle and we'll check the rakers. And let's hope that they're not wicked crazy high, because then it's going to take forever to file them down. See how they're two-part rakers. See how they're two-part raker? Let's get focused. There's a piece here and a piece here. Just about the right depth is to get this top one down to the other one. As soon as I hit 12 swipes, both sides clean up. And then when you look at this next one, this one's really high. I'm going to put 12 swipes on every one, and right as I get to 12 swipes, it cleans up the lower one too. so it's nice and smooth across like that. And then if I show you what that looks like in here, if I can get focused, there you go. That's about right. So I'm going to go ahead and just swipe through this. I'll probably put this on fast for you guys. Let's see if we can cut through this big white pine end here. Seems like it's running better now. I don't know if there's a reset on these things. It's a big top. let's see if it starts back up. I don't know if it's got to start on the choke setting or if it'll just start on just regular. I wouldn't do that before. Yeah, I think this one's good. Just needs to be run. Let's go do an out. Well, we got 3 videos in today. Give me some editing to do. I think Josko saw is fine. I just think the things that I don't know, well, seems like it all cleaned up. It definitely doesn't like to run when it's cold. As that seafoam works its way through that carb and cleans everything, it's going to get better. It seemed like it already got better, running a little bit in the wood. That first little log that I was cutting was rock hard in the middle. It actually cut the big white pine easier than it cut that little pitch pine. It's amazing. But at least now it will cut. And it seems to run, it runs great on the high side. It's just getting it running that is the problem now. I think we proved up there that it'll start right back up, and I think that'll get better. The one thing I want to talk about that I don't know is if there is a recalibration. I'll try to look it up online tonight, if there's a recalibration on those. Because it did seem like when it wanted to die out, it just died out. And then at some point, I'd pull it and it would just sit there and run. So there could be a recalibration on those carbs. And for those of you that don't know what those are, on electronic carbs, Husqvarna and Stihl, I think the Husqvarna ones, you have to flash them with a computer. And the Stihl ones, there's some procedure, like let's just say you started on choke. I'm not really sure what the procedure is because I've never used one of those. I've never owned one, but it's like you have to crack the throttle wide open and hold it wide open for like 30 seconds. And that allows the carb to recalibrate itself. And I'm not sure if that one has it or not, but I'm going to look it up tonight and see if there is a calibration on it. Now, it seems like when we ran it, it calibrated itself, because it was definitely running completely different at the end of cutting than it was when we tried to start it to get it cutting. Whether that'll make it into the video or not, I might edit out the first couple times it died out and then just start where it pulls over. I'll just tell you guys where it pulls and just runs to cut down on the time. Some of the video of me starting it after putting the carb in, I think I got reversed on the starting stopping thing, so I'm not sure how much that's going to come out. But hopefully it's a good video. And we'll get Josko his saw back. He's actually shot me a message about 4 or 5 days ago wondering what was going on, and I just said I'm still waiting on the carb from Hungary. That carb seems to work fine. I'm not fully convinced there's something wrong with the other one. Not fully convinced. However, it's running, it's fixed, it's $100. I think I spent more time filing the rakers on the chain than I did putting the carb in. I got to get all my tools put away and get ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a big delivery day. We run the slabs to Josko. Oh, also, supposedly, we have a customer coming out with a couple of walnut logs. I'm not sure when. I hope he doesn't show up tomorrow morning. Actually, I'll shoot him a message tonight just to make sure he's not. He had to get them loaded by somebody into a trailer, and he's bringing them down here from a long way away to get them milled. And I told him we'd mill them while he waited. That, I think, is Thursday. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll be doing deliveries. Got to go to the bank, get Josko's saw back to him, file Paul's little electric saw, get that back to him on that same trip to Josko. And that's probably going to be about all we do tomorrow. And then Thursday, we'll see with this walnut delivery. And my timber frame buddy just came back into town. He's going to come over with a list, and we're going to start cutting his timber frame order. He wants it all cut out of white pine. I believe we have plenty. And that'll be a lot of fun. The only thing that I'm going to do different there is that I'm going to buck down the slab wood before I throw it in my piles, because we're going to be cutting a lot of long stuff. And hopefully we get Chris Saunders, if you watch this, if you can give me 1 hour with the chipper, even me and you, 1 hour, half hour even, we could chip 3/4 of my pile over here with just two of us, one grabbing each end and just throwing slabs into the chipper. We can chip them right in the woods. It doesn't even need to be thrown in the back of your chip truck, but I'd like to get that pile knocked down before it gets any bigger. And really, it's all pretty small stuff, and it's all pretty much softwood. It's anything that's good enough for firewood. I've been putting in my other pile and cutting it up for firewood. So that pile over there is a bunch of cedar and little pine, little dry pine and stuff like that. And we could just sit next to your chipper and throw them in and chip. We could chip 3/4 of that pile in an hour, I'm sure. I am not looking for you to come here all day. I just want you to stop by when you have time, and we can just run it for a half hour or something and just knock that pile down. And if I do that every now and then, it'll keep me from getting overwhelmed with slab wood again, as I don't want to get there again. And if it doesn't fit into your schedule, then I'll end up just renting a chipper and bringing it over here and just spending a Saturday chipping. So that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notifications bell at the bottom so you know when a video comes out. Leave us a comment if you know, suggestion, criticism, whatever. And I answer them all back. But for now, I'm getting kind of tired. I'm a little bit sweaty. It's getting late. Fire Solutions out.